what's been going on in the world of audits. So I released this video 7 days ago, a week ago today, and I was shocked how many people watched this video. More than 11,000 views in 7 days. It's more views than I've ever got on a video that I've put online. But I also got lots of comments, which was the most interesting. And obviously there's DJ Audits, who I featured in the video. So he said thanks for nice words. I had a lot of different comments about things that I should do, people that I should watch, and just generally supporting auditors, and especially DJ Audits. Got a lot of positive comments on here, and it was cool. And someone actually said would love to see a channel that audits the auditors. One thing I didn't talk about when I spoke about DJ is the most interesting thing about his channel, because he looks at industrial estates. He gets to see a very unique part of the country, because he goes into these industrial estates and he gets reactions from people. And what I've noticed from being a viewer is that when he goes to certain areas, he gets a worse response. So last week he was actually in Wolverhampton, which if you're from the UK, you probably already recognise that I am actually from near Wolverhampton. So I was instantly, as soon as he said he was in Wolverhampton, I knew that he would get some bad reactions from people. Not because people in Wolverhampton are especially nasty people or even aggressive or anything like that. Like, I think probably there's aggressive people everywhere, there's nasty people everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are, you're always going to find a nasty person or a nice person. It's yin and a yang. But what I find is that in more, it's hard to say it, less economic areas, poorer areas, there you go, in poorer areas, you're going to find that the companies and the security are going to be a lot tighter and a lot more worried about somebody being outside and lingering around. And I think it's because they obviously get more crime. They obviously get more crime in those areas. They get people actually breaking in. And I know from experience in Wolverhampton, they have a lot of problem with scrap thieves, which I believe every city does really. And every neighbourhood would have problems with scrap problems. But because of how the Black Country is and how the industry there is built, scrap metal is really important down there. So it's also got a historical perspective. So when it comes to security in Wolverhampton and areas like Wolverhampton, I imagine they would be a lot more hot on what are you doing here? What's going on? Why are you doing this? Because they're used to having negative interactions with the public, I guess. And what I was thinking is actually you could do a pretty good study on this just by people auditing. So if they mark down where they were and the problems, like whether they had a negative interaction or a positive interaction, I think what we would see if we culminated all of the different auditors together and looked at them on a map, we would see more red spots in the poorer areas than the more wealthy areas, where I imagine there would be more positive interactions, like DJ had in the Chipping Norton area and Oxfordshire. I imagine there was a lot of positive people on there. There was a few people who think that they're better than other people. I don't think that is the case in these areas like Wolverhampton and places like that, because I don't think there is a sense that they think that they're better than them. Whereas in places like Oxfordshire, where people are relatively a lot more wealthy, I imagine there's that element that they think that they're better than them. But it's not in the same way aggressive. It's more about protecting their own. It's our right to film our own business. Whereas this is like, no, we just want to know, are you stealing scrap? are you looking at the roofs because there's scrap metal up there? But like, that's what it's all about here. Whereas in the other place, it's like, my intellectual property. Don't put my face on the screen, please. So, following on from this video, I decided that what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and review auditors every week. I'm going to try and find different audits, maybe recent, maybe old ones, and just analyze it and see what's going on, what do people think about it, and I'm thinking if I can work it out, I was going to work out a scoring system based on not only the auditors but also the people that they're auditing. Is like I want to score them as well, and I'm doing all this because I love the idea of auditing, but I'm too much of a pussy to go out there and do it myself. I'm happy to sit here and talk about people auditing and give them my support, but I ain't doing it myself. Which props to everyone who does it, especially DJ, because he is a person who seems to be approaching it in a much different way. And if you don't know about DJ, he audits industrial sites, and basically at the end of every video he leaves a keyring somewhere in the vicinity. What happened in this video is that he left one and the people saw him out the window, and then they came up to give it back, well, give it to the police actually. And this is that moment, I think this is that moment where
post.
Sorry?
Codsall.
the guy walks
it.
up.
Yeah, it's
Thank
just
you.
round the corner. So. We're at Staffordshire Police.
Yeah, thank you guys. It's a shame that you've been called. I expect better from a large corporation, to be fair. When I've communicated with them, I've not just came and done it and says, none of your business.
Okay.
I've reassured them in every way possible.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. All right then, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Here he comes.
Something under the tree, they might want to look at it. It's all on CCTV. Who's hiding that under the tree?
That's his property.
Yeah, I don't know.
Excuse me?
He threw
I've
it on the
left that.
floor. Honestly, when I saw this, I erupted. My hair turned to flames, literally. I was like, what? How dare he? That is precious. The amount of people in the UK that are waiting for the day that they get their hands on a DJ Audits keyring. It's you know, we're all disgusted by this disrespect to DJ's keyring and potentially a viewer's keyring as well. That keyring is going to go to a viewer, and I think that's just disrespectful. And from an old geezer as well. You expect better from the oldies, but no, this guy is a scumbag. How dare he treat that keyring with such detest? I'm disgusted. Actually, I am actually disgusted by this. It's ridiculous, because I want myself a keyring. And so what DJ does
There
then,
for
he
my
actually
viewers to
follows
find. It's a
him.
treasure hunt.
It's on Cargill property.
Doesn't
They
matter.
don't want it on it.
Doesn't matter. Excuse me, what's your name?
So
Excuse
then he
me?
chases him down. That's the question.
Excuse me, sir?
Haven't got one.
Can I see any identification?
Nope.
No? Because this is a treasure hunt that would you like to know what I'm all about?
Nope.
Well, it's very rude. Do you
Nope.
represent Cargill?
Nope.
Well, you obviously do, because you're watching out the window,
Nope.
you've picked up my property and you've interfered with my
No,
lawful activity.
Somebody asked me to pick it up on their behalf.
Okay, let me just talk to you normally then, as a respectable...
If that's the case, why did he just drop it on the floor? Why was he so disrespectful by just dropping it? But yeah, so DJ covers a lot of different areas. I haven't watched his video yet from today, but I will be obviously covering DJ a lot more in the future.